Do I get to pick a song?
Yes,
Twinning on and off the pitch.
I decided to take Russian. I also know a little bit of Italian.
Na naweza beba hizi, right?
I can understand a little bit of French too.
Yes, mom.
Hello.
Wait. There's questions.
Are you still recording?
Today we're going to do things a bit differently. You see, we have 8 people. Okay, well, 9 technically, yes, but come on, these two are the same person.
KCP mimi nilikuanga na 411 na alikuwa na 409.
Anyways, we have 8 people, 2 headphones, and a very important question to answer. You see, the Sonys are about 18 times more expensive than the Oraimos. So can everyday Kenyans really tell the difference between the two if we were to blindfold them? First, let me break down exactly what each person goes through. The first question. Hi, Veronica.
Hi.
You good?
I'm fine.
What earphones/headphones do you use?
Personally, I do Oraimo.
The Oraimo.
We then moved on to the second stage where essentially, are you ready?
I'm ready.
People test the sound, but blindfolded.
The first song at the moment is Swan Lake.
Cheza hiyo baba.
In the Heat by Judy Moody.
Solo. By Future.
There was the volume to the max.
Then of course, the NC test, self-explanatory.
Oh God, Zango. What's this?
I love how spongy they are.
Stage 4, how comfortable are they?
The engineers took their time.
People then guess their prices.
Made us headphones for how much? This is definitely more expensive than this.
I feel like they're more expensive.
Then finally, I give them the actual facts. Oh, and by the way, in this region, people wore blindfolds so that they can objectively test the sound quality and also to give the Oraimos a chance because it's sort of unfair to compare
the flat out best headphones to fly with, to work with,
against the $15 Oraimo. Higher. So now, the data.
The noise cancellation is much better than the other ones.
Yes, I couldn't hear you guys.
No, not necessarily. The noise cancelling on this one was better.
Let me start with the most predictable results. A whole circle represents a yes and an empty one, a no. That small circle in the center is my small opinion. You see, 7 out of 8 people prefer the Sony's noise cancellation.
But siski kitu unaniambia exactly. Nasikia tu na yap.
Can you hear the people outside?
No.
Come again?
And all of this is understandable because the Oraimos have ENC, which is just a form of noise cancellation when making calls, while the Sonys have the actual active noise cancellation, hence the difference. Also,
Hata zikikukava masikio, there is no even room left for anything hata upepo kuingia, unaona?
The build pia. I feel. Yes.
Feels more plastic and lighter.
The price range for this, it makes sense considering the...
literally everyone prefers the build quality and the feel of the Sonys over the Oraimos. And I'm not even surprised. I mean,
Kuangalia tu na macho if maybe these two are being sold, ningeamua nichukue because of without looks.
Zinakaa kuvunjika.
now because of this nicer build quality, I'm also not surprised that nearly everyone gave the Sonys a higher price when estimating in relation to the Oraimo. But you know what surprises me though?
I don't know, something about the bass.
The bass.
Yeah, bass.
The bass detection.
That word, bass. You see, 5 of 8 people actually preferred the Oraimo's sound quality, and most of them mentioned that word, bass. They also mentioned things like
Unpopular opinion, this is my pick too.
It's like Nico in a live band.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I really loved the sound of this one. Maybe it's because it's familiar.
hold that thought. The sound is more.
Familiar.
Perhaps this could explain why a lot of people use Oraimo audioware, because 6 of 8 people that we interviewed, that is a majority, use Oraimo audioware on the daily. I also find it interesting how most of the people we interviewed just know that they have an Oraimo. So tell me, what earphones do you currently have?
Oraimo.
Which ones?
Oraimo.
Just Oraimo.
Yeah.
Okay, there is.
Sitakudanganya, hiyo sijui. Like I'm not that big on those.
I don't know which version.
Actually, hawajui the model name product on our wanajua tu on Oraimo.
Is this B or A? This is A.
This is Joy. Now here is where it becomes weird.
Like 50 Gs.
Now for whatever reason, she is the only person who somehow guessed the prices of the Sonys. I'm going to explain how people started calling the Sonys premium only after seeing them. So in essence, the looks matter more than the audio. Mapping out everyone's guesses and counting out Joy as an anomaly. Sorry, Joy, it's only this part. The average price that the other people guessed for the Sony headphones is just 5,000 shillings. Remember, everyone made their guesses while completely blindfolded, so they were judging purely by sound and comfort, not looks. Basically, it's like liking someone for their personality and not their appearance.
What?
But once they saw the Sonys, everything changed.
This one seems more expensive than this.
This is Charles.
Inakaa kurenjia around between 2,000 to 5,000.
Notice the way he switches it up.
They seem way expensive. Zinaka from 20 and above.
You see, in fact, Fan said it best.
No, these ones feel expensive, but they don't sound expensive.
Sasa, the story was inverse for the Oraimos. The average guess for the Oraimos was 4,500 shillings, which is almost double its MSRP of 2,650 shillings. So it is punching well above its weight. But there is one more thing. They cost 50,000 Kenya shillings.
50.
For real?
Well, this part answers the entire video because 4 said yes. Do you feel like these ones are worth being 17 times more expensive than those ones
Totally.
Yeah, it is.
for the 50K?
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like ni worth it.
If I have the money for this, I'd actually take this. But because I have the money for this,
But 4 said no.
50 is a little bit over the top.
That's too much for such, yeah.
No.
All of this goes back to the law of diminishing returns. So since the Oraimos have come extremely close and have performed immensely well, as close as is possible to the much more expensive Sonys, for most people, it does not make sense to purchase the Sonys.
I don't like the appearance.
The quality for me, it's not giving.
And if you say that these Oraimo BoomPop 2s are somehow lower quality than you want, kuna the much more expensive brothers, the Oraimo BoomPop Pros, which I'd be more interested to look at.
Well, you know, 50K.
So what today has taught us is that there is a reason why most people in Kenya wanatumia Oraimo audioware. So these ones cost 2,600 Kenya shillings. Wow.
Eh, for real?
I know it's quite unfair to compare 2,600 shillings Oraimo headsets as compared to 50,000 Kenya shillings Sony tip-top tier headphones, but it was just a mission to try and learn if the average Kenyan can tell the difference between kitu amezoea na kitu penye watu, most people, the MKBHDs of the world wanasema ni la creme de la creme headphone. That was generally just our mission. But kusema kweli, Oraimo is the value king in Kenya.